Hey, what's up, internet anglers? Today I want to introduce you to our next project, next year's ride. We have picked ourselves up a 1999 Triton TR20. So we're just going to do a video of going over the boat, and we've been working on going through it and checking out what its deficiencies are and what needs to get fixed up in order to undertake this restoration. So just to run you through the basics on it, it's like I just said, a 1999 TR20. This was a Earl Bent's boat, which I understand is a good thing. It came with a Minn Kota Terrova trolling motor, which has the autopilot, which is really nice. The boat overall is in pretty good condition for the year. It's got a lot of cosmetic stuff on it, like broken windshields. It's got some stress cracking in the gel coat, and just a bit of wear and tear overall that we're going to address. Same goes for the trailer. The boat came equipped with a 98 VMAX 200, which we're going to be going through as well. So yeah, that just was a brief overview on the boat, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty and the specifics of what needs to get done to get it back on the water as we go along through this video series. So check it out. Okay, so we've done a compression test. We're a little disappointed. We've got great compression on every cylinder except for number 3. It's running right around 97, 98 PSI, which we find a little concerning. Number 5, sorry, but 3rd on our list. So this is going, looking at the back of the motor. So the bottom right-hand cylinder is running a little bit low compression, which we're finding very concerning. We're gonna get a bore scope in there, have a look at it. Hopefully everything's good. Okay, so we've done a compression test on the motor, and we're now draining the lower unit to see what the fluid looks like in there. Hopefully it doesn't come out chunky. While that's draining, I'm just going to go over the list we've made of deficiencies we found on the boat so far. So we started kind of at the bow of the boat and have been working our way backwards. The trolling motor, it's got some loose wiring in the head that there's a bad connection. It doesn't spin the propeller unless you press upwards on the cable, so that needs to be repaired. Some of the wiring at the console has been tampered with by the multitude of previous owners probably. The bilge is currently set up to just an on-off toggle switch, which obviously needs to change. None of the interior lights in the boat work, so none of the courtesy lights or the lights inside of any of the compartments work. Whether that's a switching problem or a wiring problem or a problem at the lights, who knows. We did check the navigation and anchoring lights. They work. That's good. The bilge pumps all work currently, but we're going to replace them just to start fresh with new pumps. It's just a peace of mind thing that we're going to do. We need to replace the remote battery for the trolling motor. Like I mentioned earlier, the windshields need to go. The glove compartment in the boat is also damaged pretty hard. So the boat itself is in pretty good condition other than just a lot of cosmetic odds and ends. There's a lot of just smaller scratches and gouges and stuff. We're going to try and clean up and redo a lot of the gel coat on this boat, even though it's in pretty good shape for the most part. Fortunately, the carpet is in good shape as well. A lot of these older plastic latches are either broken, missing, or need to be replaced for other various reasons. So we'll probably be going through and cleaning up a few of those. The interior upholstery is again in pretty good shape. I think these are aftermarket seats. They're not the original Triton seats, but we're going to keep them. We're going to keep these seats, I would think, right? You think these are factory? I think they are. Yeah? Okay. Well, Dad thinks they're factory. I think they are. The internal cockpit gauge cluster / wiring. Obviously, there's been a lot of other action in here before us, so it needs to be gone through. I think these boats are kind of notorious for being wiring nightmares in comparison to a lot of other boats. But it's just 12 volts, so I'm sure we can trace a lot of that back and figure all that out. The boat did come with a couple older Humminbird. I think it's like one's in 898 and one's in 895. We tested both those head units for the bow unit and the console unit, and they both function. We're also going to be going over the trailer. The trailer needs a ton of work. It needs to be gone over pretty much from the ground up. Going to replace the hubs, the springs. The trailer has a lot of just damage to the fenders, and it's kind of rusty overall. So I'm going to be taking that to my shop where I'm going to blast it. We're going to touch up any of the welds that need to be touched up, refinish the trailer, and then obviously fix all the obvious stuff. So the wiring on the trailer, hubs, springs, like I had just mentioned. And then we're just down to the motor. So we're going to be checking this lower cylinder to see it. We're hoping that it's just a stuck ring giving us a low compression. We are going to tilt the motor up and fill it up with, what would we use? Ring-free sea foam?
No, it's power tune.
Power tune. We're going to try mercury power tune.
Just try it on that top side.
Yeah. Just to see if the ring is gummed up and maybe it's just sticking a little, and that's giving us hopefully the lower compression numbers. So yeah, that's the overview of the boat so far. If you guys are interested in boat restorations or Tritons or just older bass boats, or trying to get a bass boat fixed up on the cheap, like if you've bought an older bass boat, this is going to be a good series for you to watch, because we're going to go through this thing from bow to stern, every element of the boat, trailer, motor, hull, everything, and try and get this thing back in tip top. So I appreciate you guys checking this video out. Please subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content. That's what keeps us going around here, and we'll see you in the next one.